OSU senior Skylar McCrary understands the meaning of distance. Originally from Norman, Oklahoma, an hour and a half might seem close, but the burden of that distance over 4 years can take its toll emotionally. 2 years ago, Skylar went on a mission trip to Manaus, Brazil with his father. He says it changed his life.
I lived there for about 6 months and then I learned Portuguese, and then I have returned and worked as a translator for American missionaries. And the third time that I was there, I met my wife.
That's right, his wife. Skylar met Luciana while she was working as a translator on the boat Skylar was about to board 2 years ago. They became close and exchanged phone numbers at the airport the day he left for America. Later that day, Luciana messaged Skylar, and from then on, a long-distance connection was born.
We were just talking a lot, like every day since the day he left.
From March 2012 until Skylar returned for a second time that year in July, they communicated through an app called Kaiko Talk. But this isn't your typical college relationship. At one point in time, Skylar and Luciana were separated by more than 4,000 miles. To complicate matters further, her parents had no clue of her long-distance relationship with Skylar. He decided to return to Manaus for the second time in July of 2012. On that visit, Luciana's parents agreed to meet with a very nervous Skylar.
He asked me if he can come visit me. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, that's a good idea.
Asking two guarded parents whom you've never met before for permission to marry their daughter is risky enough. But Skylar faced an even greater challenge. Luciana's parents don't speak English. The only way Skylar would be able to communicate with them is if he knew Portuguese. This was the ultimate test of love. Skylar proved to be up to the challenge as he diligently learned Portuguese during his time spent in Brazil in 2011 in Sao Paulo, a different state, where he worked prior to his trip to the Amazon. Luciana received her parents' approval, and they were married on June 29, 2013. Melanie Durbin is a friend of Skylar who was excited to meet Luciana after hearing about her. Even after a year, she still can't believe how this love story turned out.
Skylar was such a softie for Luciana, and it was heart melting.
Luciana says America has left a good impression on her. And for Skylar and Luciana, love has no distance. For OState TV, I'm Willis Berry.